this is all the tips and tricks you need for searching your specific Pokemon in PokemonGo. Let's get to our Pokemon and let's pull up the general search bar here. Now, first one we're going to cover is CP range. So for example, if you want to find a Pokemon with a CP of 2,820, then you can pull it up like this. You would just search like I did, type in CP and then the actual combat power of that Pokemon and it'll pull it up. Next thing we're going to do is look at distance. So you're going to type with the leading key of distance and then 1,000. This will give you the Pokemon that you have caught in this 1,000 kilometer radius of your current location. Now let's say if you wanted to find all the Pokemon that you caught that were further away than that, you just add a minus and so it'll show you those. And then of course if you wanted to do a range, you would just add the range here, which will show me the Pokemon that I've caught between 1,000 kilometers, 1,200 compared to my current location. You can search any number you want for these, so don't feel obligated to do 1,000 or 1,200 kilometers. Next, we're going to add the plus sign here, and let's just do Pikachu and see what family/evolutionary line I've got here. What I mean is it'll show me anything like Pichu, Pikachu, and of course any Raichus I have. So any Pokemon, just do a plus and then that particular Pokemon's name. After that, we're going to do our health points, and this one you just do HP, and then I'm going to do 150. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is it. Only Ho-Oh. Its health points are 150. This might be a little bit more difficult unless you know offhand what your health points are for this respective Pokemon, but no problem. Just letting you know that it's there as an option. Next, let's look at our Mega Evolve. So let's do literally that as a stipulation here. Type in Mega Evolve. It'll show you all the ones that can. Now, there are mega levels, so let's cover those briefly. If we do 1 through 3, this will show me all of my Mega Evolution Pokemon. And remember, your Mega levels are just Mega 1, Mega 2, and Mega 3. Let's check out my Mega 1s. This is the lowest level, so all these Pokemon here are going to be my Mega 1. I have a few less one here for Mega 2. And then if you do Mega 3, I don't have any apparently that are on that max or highest level for the Mega Evolutions, but that's okay. It's there if you want to search it. Alright, let's look at some moves, because let's say you're taking on Giovanni or a raid boss or something and you need a Pokemon with specific attack. You're going to do the @ symbol in a particular move, so I'm going to do Snarl just for the heck of it. So this pulls up all my Pokemon that know the move Snarl. So @ and then any move, and it'll pull those Pokemon up with that particular moveset. We can also do this @ symbol for type. Let's do grass because it is community day and we're hanging out with chessmen. So I @ grass in the search bar and I've got all of these good guys here that'll be pulled up. After that, we can also search, of course, for the particular name. Let's do Eevee because he's one of my favorites. It'll pull up all of the Eevees I have in my deck. You can search any Pokemon name. If it doesn't show up, it means you probably don't have that Pokemon. Perhaps you transferred it, traded it, or deleted it, which is okay. No problem there either. Let's do our numerical or the chronological numbers. Let's do 25. We can search. That'll pull up Pikachu if you know that Pokemon's number. And then, of course, you can do Pokemon type as well. Let's check out Ghost. Okay, it's going to pull up all my Ghost Pokemon, which is nice. I, of course, could scroll down and show you more, but I have this search tab up, so I'm not going to do that. Also, we can search by region. Shout out to the Kanto, the OG. It's going to pull up all my Kanto Pokemon, but if you wanted to do something like Unova, you could also do that as well. Of course, that extends to Alola, Kalos, the Galar region, and even the Hisui region as well. You can @ special, and this will show you Pokemon with special movesets that are not, it would be, for example, Mewtwo with Shadow Ball or a Purified Pokemon with Return. This is special moves that cannot be learned with those TMs, right? So something like that, Shadow Mewtwo, like with a Shadow Ball or something like that. We can also do quick attacks or the charge attacks, right? You would @ symbol and then 1. It'll show you Pokemon that have the charged attack, or you could do like charge attack 3 and then the Pokemon Ghosts. It'll show you okay, apparently I have none of those, but let's try this one. So these Pokemon have, those 2 attacks and then they're all Ghost. Just another way to search through your deck. Let's say we want to look for Pokemon with specific status. You can do age, and then, for example, 0, age 0 will show you Pokemon you've caught within 24 hours. So age 1 will be Pokemon that I've caught in 24 to 48 hours. This might be helpful if you're looking for, you know, recents, or you know that you caught one with a lucky throw or something. You've got that available to you. Let's handle the buddy levels. Let's go over these. Of course, we've got 0 through 5. 0 is going to be Pokemon that have no buddy history. And perhaps you're wanting to make this Guzzlord or the Vaporeon your buddy, so we can find it because we haven't had it in our history. Buddy 1 shows you the lowest level, no problem there. You can see I've got Ho-Oh and Greninja. And then likely we've got Buddy 2, and then up to 3, 4, and then 5. 5's actually going to be your best buddy. I've only got 2 of those. I've got a Shiny Mew and a Noibat that I happen to be quite fond of because I love that Pokemon. But if we also want to see perhaps Pokemon that can evolve in our deck, we can just search the evolve feature here and it'll show us. We can do the same thing with favorites. I have favorited a lot of these. These are starred with that star in the upper right, the yellow star. If we want to search for Pokemon in gyms, we've got defenders. As you can tell currently, I have Sylveon, Tyranitar, and Glaceon all in gyms. If you didn't have any Pokemon in gyms, it wouldn't pull anything up. So that might be something you run into just in case you don't have any. If you enter item here in the search bar for Pokemon, these Pokemon will evolve with a specific item. This might be helpful if you are trying to evolve Magmar but don't know what type of item he needs. These I would need to trade to somebody for them to evolve. We've got Pumpkaboo, Machoke, and Girder as well. Speaking of things that might be helpful, we've got the @weather symbol. These will show you Pokemon in your list with current weather boosted attacks. So that's kind of cool. After that, we can of course look at our appraisals. You can just search, you know, 0 star, or, you know, let's see if we can do 4 star. I think I have one. This would give us, so this, I entered here the 4 and then the asterisk, my perfect Pokemon. I only got a few of those, but if we wanted to do, of course, 3 stars, we could as well. This will show me all my 3-star appraisal Pokemon. And speaking of those stipulations, you can always do stuff like this. You can do 1 attack, which would show any Pokemon with an appraisal for an attack stat in the first range. What I mean by that is, it would show us that, like, that first bar, right? And then if we do 2... Let me get out of this here. 2 defense. Oops, I spelled it wrong. 2 defense. It'll show any Pokemon with appraisal of defense stat in the second range, right? And then, of course, if we want to do something like 3 health points, it would show us ones that have appraisal for the HP stat in the third range. So this might be helpful if you're getting a team together to do player versus player or something like that. If we want to look at egg exclusive Pokemon, we would just do eggs only. And so I only have one here, this little Magby. He's so cute. We can also enter hatched as well, and show us all the Pokemon that we've hatched from eggs. That might be helpful if you're, you know, wanting to, I don't know, look those up for some reason. We can do lucky to search lucky. Of course, you can do this as legendary. It'll pull up your legendaries, and of course the mythical. Purified. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Purified. How do I spell that? Purified. Oh, we're doing like public spelling here. Shadow. We can check out Shadow Pokemon that we've got. Of course, everyone's favorite, or at least my favorite, Shiny. I love seeing my Shinies. We can also look at Costume, which are Pokemon that have little cute embellishments and decorations. That's always kind of fun. It could be like, you know, Halloween themed or the New Year. If we look at tags, you just do the tag symbol, and you could do battle if you've got this tag. I don't actually have that as a tag, but I do have a tag for buddy, and these will show me the buddy Pokemon that I have with that particular tag. So you might perhaps do something like battle, #battle, or #gym or something if you wanted to explore that and tag those Pokemon. We can also check out ones that we've traded, and you can also check out your Ultra Beasts because they're pretty cool. I have a few of them. And then, as we do other tips, if you wanted to combine searches, that is also a thing you can do. You can use the ampersand, the and, right? Which, if we use it in this way, will show us, oops, grass Pokemon and also those grass Pokemon that can evolve. So these are grass Pokemon that I have in my deck that are not only grass but can evolve. This might be helpful if you are wanting to evolve things or find a specific type. All right, next we've got the Bang. This is called the Bang symbol here. You can look at defenders, for example, and this will show us Pokemon not currently defending a gym. So that's kind of interesting. So it's everything that won't match your search term, right? Which is why it's a unique way to search and exclude Pokemon. That's another way to say it. You can exclude Pokemon with the Bang and then defender search. Another way to conduct minimum searches, we talked about CP a little bit earlier, but let's readdress it. I have no Pokemon with CP 300. That's just not what's in my deck, but I do have Pokemon that have a 300 CP or higher, right? So that is another way we can search. We can also do multiple searches. For example, if we wanted to do like, let me see here, electric, I have trouble spelling, that's not right. Electric, comma, at, symbol, weather. It'll show you Pokemon that are electric type and Pokemon with a current attack boosted by the weather. So that's kind of cool. That is something that you can also do the colon or the semicolon for those two. And then lastly, for pronunciation, I do want to cover, I don't currently have any Mr. Mimes in my deck, but this, I just want to show you this will pull up something different. Oops, sorry, Mr. Mime, compared to spelling it without the punctuation. So just be aware, and of course, if you have any Pokemon that you have nicknamed, you could also search for them that way too. If they have like, for example, have I believe an Eevee with an underscore. I do. Okay, so it's got some punctuation in there. It's a little funky. But anyway, this is the tips and tricks that you can use to search all the Pokemon in your deck. I hope that this helps you. Have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time.